Starting the podcast has been a two-way street. It's been to where it's been exhilarating, but it's also been troubling. Starting the podcast has been more rewarding, while struggling to start a podcast has been the pain in your neck. I'm going to take you on a journey today, on a review of one of the tools that has helped me in starting my podcast, make my podcast workflow go a whole lot smoother than you could ever imagine. Today, we're going to talk about and review Riverside FM's all-in-one podcast solution. Y'all stick around. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Anthony Porter from the Social Mojo Podcast. Hey, today we are here to talk about the platform that I use to record all my videos, all my content for my podcast, even for my YouTube videos. Now, today we are talking about Riverside FM. So when you ask what is Riverside FM, first of all, you need to know why and what you're going to use things for, right? So, Riverside FM is an all-in-one platform. I call it an all-in-one platform because it is exactly what we do. When you're podcasting or you're shooting content for a reel, or you're shooting the content for TikTok or YouTube videos, it's right there for you. So Riverside FM is the platform of my choice. Okay? I'm not going to say this is a biased review because it's not biased. Maybe it is biased because it's straightforward, it's straight and narrow. I'm not using nothing else. See, years ago I started a podcast, and trying to upload the RSS feeds was just so hard. Okay? But I didn't understand shooting the podcast, recording the podcast was so simple. See, with Riverside, I'm able to record my audio and my video. See, with Riverside, I'm able to have separate tracks. I can export it in 1080p, or I can export it in 4K. I'm able to reduce the noise, background noise, that sometimes you just seem to have. But Riverside FM makes recording so simple. It starts by you signing up for Riverside FM. And once you sign up, there are two different ways to enter. So you make your studio. You click go to studio. Okay. Once you go to the studio, if you are shooting, like right now, shooting from my mobile device, you can shoot your episodes or your videos or your talking head videos or your audio. You can shoot right here from your mobile device, whether it be an Android phone, iPhone, or an iPad, or tablet, whatever your choice of recording situation is. You can record video, you can record audio. Now, once inside the studio, before you even get into the studio, it asks you several questions. So if you're recording from your phone, you don't have to worry about this part too much. But if you are recording via a podcast setup with inside of a studio, with inside of an office, with inside of your basic bedroom, if you have a soundboard and your camera, or your phone and you're running it through any type of remote channels, it's going to ask you a few questions. It's going to ask you, are you recording this episode and with headphones or without? Then it'll tell you on the computer, especially if you have your computer up, it'll tell you that you need to record. You can use the built-in microphone from the computer. You can use a sound card. Like I use a Tascam Mixcast 4. A lot of people use the industry standard Rodecaster Pro. And then it also asks you which camera you want to use. Some folks have the iPhones, the Android, the tablets, whatever. And then others have mirrorless cameras. Now, you can do face-to-face, or you can also turn and shoot. Have a second camera. Now, if you are doing talking head videos like this one here, then you don't need to have the second camera. You can look straight in and do your videos. Now, the best thing about this is with Riverside, we can invite people to join the podcast. All right. So you send out a link, you invite them, you send them a link, and then before you log on, you can do your remote podcast. So you don't really have to be in the room with them. A lot of people love to be, with the inside, but when COVID hit, this is where a podcast became very valuable because Riverside was able to allow you to be in your house and you could call it. You don't have to do Zoom. Riverside eliminates Zoom. Riverside eliminates OBS. Riverside also eliminates a whole lot of other platforms. So for me, Riverside has been the most resilient because I have a lot of trouble when I'm trying to do talking head videos with OBS, especially when I was doing music. It was hard for me to have my music channel through, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to have issues. You want everything to go smooth. So OBS allows you to invite people, and it's just not one. You can invite up multiple people. Now, excuse me, I meant to say Riverside, but at the same time, you don't have to sit there and worry about the lagging. You don't have to worry about the cutoff time. With Zoom, you had to worry about you got so many minutes to do a video. With Riverside, you have all the time that you need. Okay, I recently shot a podcast interview episode. It was called the Pest Control Chronicles. A good friend of mine runs a pest control company called Telemade Pest Control. And we sit down and we chopped it up. He was in his office, I was in my office, and the episode was beautiful. It was on my other show, the 9 to 5 Kickers podcast. Now, what you can do is again, you can invite people, shoot your episodes, and it doesn't take forever because once you get finished, it renders itself. You can go in and so before we go any further, Riverside allows you to edit the podcast just like editing some of your editing software. I use CapCut when I'm not shooting with Riverside, but I also use Riverside to chop up my social media posts. So basically, Riverside has tools within inside, AI tools inside of it, to where when I go to edit the main video, there's a button off to the side that says, would you like to create short content videos? Now, depending on how long the episode is, or the video you're shooting, depending on how long it is, it depends on how many episodes or how many shorts or reels that you're going to get. See, if you shoot over 20 minutes, you might get 6, you might get 8. If you shoot under, you might get 4, you might get 2. So they have a built-in editor. They have voice enhancing. You can print out transcripts. You can chop it up. and make this an all-in-one platform. If you're shooting talking head videos, you can upload your video. Now, listen to what I'm saying. You can upload your media. You know how when you're watching a podcast, in your podcast, or you're watching a TV show, and they have the hand claps and they have the things and all, you can upload all of that. It's uploading your media. Now, if you're doing a talking head video or presentation style, you can upload the media and you can have, now, here's the beauty. You have to, some of these things you have to be on the computer for. Now, the one thing a lot of people don't tell you about Riverside FM works great on Chrome. Okay? It works great on Chrome. But in order to do some of these features, you have to be on your computer. Like, you have to be on your computer to use the teleprompter. So think about this. You're shooting a video. You have a video software. You have editing software. And you have a teleprompter. Now, to get the best quality for all of those, you have to pay 3 different subscriptions, which might total to be $50 to $60 a month. So with Riverside, you can start off a couple weeks free. In order to use some of those major features, you might pay $29 a month, but you're getting editing software, you're getting AI tools incorporated, you're able to shoot multiple type videos. You can have as many studios as you would like. You get to enhance your video, you get to run captions like you see some of your major stars like Alex Hamazi, Russell Brunson, all of these guys. And hey, $29. Now, if you're interested, I'll leave you a link down below. You can click on that, and I'll tell you what, listen. This is going to show you how you can make money with your videos. See, it's simple. You click on the link, it helps me out. But once you become a member and you start making videos, you have somebody click on your link, and you can make money. So the money that you're spending with me, or I'm making from you, you turn around, you might have 3 or 4 people, and guess what they doing? The money that you're making, you're not spending it because it's coming from them to me and you to them and vice versa and all of that stuff. All right, but it's $29 a month. I think it's one of the better softwares out there. It's the one that I choose. It's the one that I use for my platform. And it's also good that I can do it's all in one thing for me. It's all in one platform. So again, click the link below. It'll be down in there if you want to click it. I'm not twisting your arm. I'm just trying to give you a solution on how you can take your game, your recording game, your video game, your editing game, your podcast game to the next level. All right. It's your man, Tony Porter, Social Mojo Podcast, YouTube channel. We in the building. See y'all when I see you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like, share, do all of that. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, Social Mojo Podcast. We out here. Peace.